now give the floor to Her Excellency Anniken Krudnes, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Norway. You have the floor, Madam.
Thank you, Chair. And let me congratulate you on being elected Chair for this session. We look forward to cooperating with you, and I can ensure you have Norway's full support in addressing the task before us. Norway has aligned herself with the EU statement. I would, however, like to highlight a few issues of particular interest to Norway. The elimination of Syria's chemical weapons program has dominated the agenda of OPCW for yet another year. We welcome news that the destruction of chemical weapons production facilities and chemical agents will be completed in the very near future. Norway highly appreciates the outstanding work of the Director General and the Technical Secretariat in this regard, as well as the efforts of UNOPS. We are, however, gravely concerned by the deterioration of the security and humanitarian situation in Syria. A lasting political solution to this crisis is urgently required. We strongly condemn the use of toxic chemicals as weapons against civilians in Syria, as confirmed by the OPCW fact-finding mission. This represents a clear breach of the Chemical Weapons Convention, as well as Resolution 2118 and 2209 of the UN Security Council. Norway remains determined that those found responsible for these horrific acts should be sanctioned. We highly appreciate the important work of the fact-finding mission and the joint investigative mechanism, and we call upon all parties to cooperate with them. Mr. Chair, Norway is also deeply worried by the discrepancies discovered in the Syrian Declaration of Chemical Weapons. The work of the OPCW Declaration Assessment Team is of great importance, and its completion will be welcomed. Norway calls upon Syria to continue its cooperation with all parties involved in order to assure the world that all aspects of its chemical weapons program have been completely eliminated. Chair, while the situation in Syria will remain the most important issue for the OPCW in the near future, we should not lose sight of the basic tasks of this organization. Implementing the decisions of the Third Review Conference is vital. First and foremost, we underline the importance of completing the destruction of chemical weapons stockpiles, and we urge the remaining possessor states to strive towards fulfilling their obligations as mandated by the Convention in an expedient and transparent manner. Norway is encouraged by developments in the direction of universality of the past few years, and we welcome Myanmar and Angola as new members of the OPCW. We appreciate the work of the Technical Secretariat in this regard. Fostering international cooperation in peaceful use of chemistry is an important goal. For many state parties, this is a major incentive to stay engaged with the OPCW. Norway is committed to international cooperation and collaboration in the field of chemistry. We have been a major contributor to the OPCW Africa program, and we have also supported the Kenya program, presented in one of yesterday's side events. Ensuring full implementation of the Convention by all states parties is of crucial importance to foster conditions for such cooperation. Norway has a vast and varied number of industries founded on peaceful uses of chemistry. We also have first-rate expertise on chemical safety and security, including in the field of chemical armaments. This expertise came to use during the maritime operation to transport chemical weapons out of Syria, where Norway provided a team with CBRN response capabilities. The Norwegian Defence Research Establishment is our national centre of excellence in this field. In the future, the OPCW will need to focus on preventing the re-emergence of chemical weapons. We welcome, therefore, the establishment of the Hague Ethical Guidelines and encourage their promotion and application among chemistry practitioners. Norway is also concerned about the risk of misuse of toxic chemicals by non-state actors, and we are deeply troubled by reports of alleged use of sulfur mustard by terrorist organizations in Iraq and Syria. We support the work of the open-ended working group on terrorism. As one or hopefully several more non-state parties join the Convention, there will be an increased need for inspection and verification. It is crucial that the OPCW maintains the necessary capacity for such tasks and that it remains the world's knowledge repository in the field of chemical weapons. Chair, Norway has actively promoted increased interaction between OPCW and civil society. External stakeholders such as chemical industry associations, non-government organizations, think tanks, academia and others can provide valuable ideas and input to the advancement of the Convention. We appreciate that this conference has continued positive trend and we welcome the participation of civil society in this session. Engaging the scientific community can help ensure that its members do not contribute to proliferation or other hostile purposes. This is why education and outreach is so important. We support the intention of the OPCW to enhance efforts related to this in the near future through the establishment of an advice report. Norway also welcomes the Australian initiative to raise attention to the use of toxic chemicals in law enforcement. We look forward to the side event on this topic, and we are co-sponsors of a joint paper recommending discussion among state parties and with the Technical Secretariat to increase transparency and build confidence in this field. On this note, I would like to state that Norway is not developing, producing, using or stockpiling any toxic chemicals other than riot control agents for its law enforcement purposes. Finally, Chair, the OPCW cannot carry out its important tasks without the necessary finances. We therefore call upon all states parties that are in arrears to pay their contributions as soon as possible. Finally, may I request that this statement be treated as an official document of this session and that it be posted on the internal server as well as on the webpage of the OPCW. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador, for your statement. Concedo ahora el